Hi there, I'm Marcus Skenderian. Welcome to the 2025 year in review for the Laguna Beach and Orange County real estate market. If you've been following the market recently, you probably noticed a shift over the past couple of years, a shift towards patience and homes sitting on the market for quite some time. 2025, we saw homes sitting on the market for 100 plus days, even more so, were not uncommon. Buyers refused to overpay. Buyers refused to accept conditions of houses that they would previously overlook. Thus, our inventory levels rose. Interest rates seemed to rise most of the year. But the surprise is that the market still stabilized. The prices did not fall. We did not have a crash, but more in some cases, we actually had some slow, steady growth. And the resiliency of the market really showed off at the end of the year. And it shows in the numbers that I'll go into a little bit later on. The frenzies that we've been experiencing in 2021, 22, 23 were gone. But again, the prices did not crash. So let's look into the numbers and some of the key metrics that are affecting our market as we go into 2026. Median sales price here in Laguna hovered between 3.1 and 3.7 million, depending upon what month you're looking at. This represented a modest year-over-year appreciation of 5 to 10% in most cases, proving that the higher interest rates and higher inventory levels did not crash our market. Days on market, again, biggest change here. Homes took significantly longer to sell, averaging 100 plus days in many months, but over a year was not uncommon in some cases. So that was a big change in our market from previous years. Sellers lost the ability to name their price and just expect buyers to take it. So inventory levels, again, inventory levels increased. They were up about 20% last year compared to 2024. We saw more homes sitting on the market, giving buyers actual choices that they didn't have in the years previously. We also had what's called a two-speed market. Two-speed market, entry to mid-level market between 2 and 4 million, really felt the impact of the interest rates, hovering around 6.5 to 7%. Buyers here were sensitive to monthly payments and thus led to slower sales and more price reductions in that market. The second speed on that, however, is the ultra luxury level, which is 10 plus million. That remained pretty hot, largely immune to interest rate fluctuations. Cash buyers continued to snap up trophy properties, luxury properties. Emerald Bay saw quite a bit of activity. There were a couple of ocean fronts along the coast that were sold. And quite frankly, I feel like Laguna Beach has been on sale, and some of our highest priced homes don't touch some of the things we've been seeing in Newport Beach, Corona del Mar, and so forth. So I really do think Laguna Beach has room to grow there. Orange County market, bigger picture. Orange County median price was 1.2 million. That was about a 2 to 3% growth compared to 2024. Inventory, Orange County, while Laguna saw inventory rise, Orange County on the whole remained historically tight. In fact, it was lower in some cases, in most cases. Buyer psychology, again, 2025 was the year of patience. It was the year of the analytical buyer. The fear of missing out had died. So people were not just jumping at every opportunity that came out on the market at the list price, and they were willing to wait. I'm going to look into year over year numbers for Laguna Beach, specifically just to give you some sort of context. Last year, we had 315 closings in Laguna Beach. Average sale price was $3.6 million. High sale price, $22 million. Compared to 2024, 279 homes, again, 25, 315. So we had a pretty good pop there in 2025. Average price 2024, $4,075,000, and a high sale price of $31 million in the montage. 2023, we had 258 sales. Again, last year, 315, 2025, 23, 258. Average sale price, $3.6 million, and high sale of $27.5 million. 2022, 322 homes sold, average price, $4.1 million, high price, $43.5 million. 2021, the boom year, 565 closings that year compared to 315 that we just had in 2025. Average price then almost what we had today or last year, 3.5 million, and an average or and a high sale price of 37.5 million. And 2020, 442 closings, average price 2.7 million. That's shockingly surprising. And a high sale price of 27 million. And I have a comment here that says, remember those days. Anyway, what to watch 2026 as we go forward. It's looking to be a year of gradual recovery and balanced opportunity. We aren't expecting a boom or a bust, but really rather a healthier, more traditional market cycle. Price and rate predictions. Price growth, expect modest appreciation, 1 to 4%. We're returning to much more of a normal appreciation rate and not the double-digit spikes of the pandemic era that we previously experienced. Interest rates. Most economists forecast rates to stabilize or dip slightly into the low 6% range. And if they do drop below 6%, we're going to see that sudden surge of pent-up buyer demand in our springtime. Speaking of spring, we're going to see an active springtime. In fact, we're already seeing it. There have been a lot of buyers sitting on the sidelines in 2025 waiting for interest rates adjustment, and they just haven't. So as rates settle, spring 26 is going to be a highly active period. And again, we're already starting to see that. My advice for sellers is if you're planning to sell, I would list early in the spring window to capture that pent-up demand before inventory peaks in our summer months. Emerging risks and conversations to be had around the real estate market moving forward. Big one that has come up quite a bit in 2025, insurance. This is the silent killer of deals. Insurance used to be the thing at the very end of the deal. You would go, hey, call your insurance broker. Don't forget you have to have insurance. And now it's one of the first calls I recommend our clients make. Find out if the home can be insured and what the impacts of the transaction will be for you due to the insurance. Other big conversation starter or, factor affecting our market is the lock-in effect loosens. Everybody's been sitting on these 2.5, 3% loans for quite some time that we had back in the early 2020s and so forth. And now that people are getting a little bit more used to our interest rates and that those loans are nearing expiration or maturization, then people are getting more comfortable with the thought and the prospect of selling their homes and even buying homes. So that has really impacted our market over the past couple of years, that sellers were unwilling to sell and move anywhere else. We're starting to see that loosen up quite a bit. Opportunity pockets as we go into 2026, stale listings, homes that have been sitting on the market for a long time, 90 plus days, 100 plus days, 300 plus days. Those homes are going to be, ripe for negotiations. And those sellers, if they're still on the market, have some reason and some motivation to be selling. So I look at those as the opportunities for buyers in this market. Condos and townhomes, as the entry-level single price point has escalated, high luxury condos in Laguna, seeing renewed interest from downsizers and second home buyers, and I expect that to continue as well. So that's it. That's the reality of 2025. It was a year where cash is king, but moving into 26, strategy is king, patience is king. We're not expecting a big boom this year, but we're forecasting that general gradual recovery. I do think if interest rates do drop below 6% into the fives, we are going to see a big surge of activity from buyers and sellers for that matter. So look for that, hope for that. Here's my advice though. If you are a buyer, I wouldn't wait for that perfect rate. There's a saying where they say, marry the house and date the rate. So if you fall in love with a house, buy the house and don't wait for that rate to be perfect, because the inventory that you're seeing right now is likely not going to be there when that perfect rate comes. So that's one bit of advice. If you're a seller, patience is your friend. Not that you're going to like that, but that's what you're going to have to get used to. Buyers, again, are very patient right now. They're really waiting for the sellers to be a little bit more uncomfortable. They're willing to wait, and they're also not willing to accept properties that they were previously, or conditions of properties they were previously willing to overlook. Um, Quick flips are gone. There are not very many of those opportunities, but the serious buyers are out there, and the homes that are prepped and priced right will be ripe to sell. So if you want to know how exactly 2026 trends affect your neighborhood, whether it's Emerald Bay, the Village, top of the world, Woods Cove, South Laguna, drop a comment below, send me a message, reach out. We'd love to help you. It's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.